Now, Heartland Sports with Luke Randall.
Good evening, everyone. March Madness is here. The NCAA tournament is out. Brackets for both men's and women's tournament coming out today. Let's take a look at some of the teams nearby. Illinois, Kentucky, Tennessee. These are three teams fairly close by, all making the tournament with very favorable seedings. The Big 12 champs Illinois will start play in Omaha, Nebraska as a 3 seed taking on the OVC champs Morehead State. Now, Kentucky, Big Blue Nation, they're also a 3 seed. They're taking on Oakland. That game's in Pittsburgh. And then Tennessee, they're a 2 seed, but look at who they're playing. The bottom right corner there, that's a 15 seed, and that's St. Peter's. Of course, the Peacocks from Jersey City rode a magical Cinderella run a couple years ago, making the Elite 8. Reigning champion UConn is the #1 overall seed. Now, to the women's tournament, but before that, Missouri State trying to make it into the tournament. They have to defeat Drake today, and this is Mount Vernon native Lacey Stokes tying the game. They were down 14 early, but they come back in this one. Bulldogs would take the lead, though. Anna Miller with seconds to spare. Stokes going for the win. She gets it. 2.6 seconds left. Is that enough time? Well, for Drake, there's one dance they want to be at. It's the big dance. They make it. Buzzer, beater, game over. Drake breaks hearts and moves on to March Madness. Now, one team whose season is not over, UT Martin, the Skyhawks. They didn't win the conference, but they're the runner-ups. And because Southern Indiana is ineligible for this year's tournament, UT Martin will take USI's place. Now, UT Martin, they didn't get a great seed. They are a 16 seed, meaning they'll actually even be in the first 4. They have to win a game just to make it to the round of 64. And their opponent is from Worcester, Massachusetts, the Patriot League champs Holy Cross. Now, the Crusaders and the Skyhawks are going to match up in the first 4 in Iowa City, Iowa. We know the game, obviously, but we just don't have a tip-off time just yet. We do have a date. It'll be Thursday, the 21st. Another thing we do know, obviously, is who's the opponent should UT Martin win. You can see it's in Iowa City, Iowa. Yeah, if UT Martin wins, they've got a matchup against Caitlin Clark and the #1 seed Iowa Hawkeyes. Good luck to the Skyhawks and Lexi and Tori Rubel, both sisters playing their high school careers in Notre Dame. And of course, everyone's filling out their March Madness brackets for the men's and women's tournament. And if you think you can fill out a perfect bracket, you might want to think again. There's a reason Warren Buffett says he'd pay someone $1 billion if they get it right. It's because the odds are 1 in 9.2 quintillion. For a reference of just how big of a number that is, you're more likely to win the lottery. I believe it was 13 times in a row before you would ever fill out a perfect bracket. So, I mean, if you have good luck, go for it, but I'm not giving you much hope. Now, one thing I am giving a lot of hope for is SEMO athletics. Baseball, a huge result yesterday. Softball dominating all weekend, and gymnastics. Only one of these sports is home today, and that's baseball. Redhawks coming off a huge comeback win over Western Kentucky. And here we go. Bottom of the 9th. SEMO is down 5, but they've done this before, but not today. Western Kentucky clamps down. They're not able to replicate the comeback they had yesterday, and the Hilltoppers top this one 7-2. They take down SEMO. That's the end of the series, 2-1 WKU. But in softball, more success. They can get the brooms out at SEMO because they swept SIUE. Strong showing all weekend long for the Redhawks. They've got a homestand next weekend versus Tennessee State. In gymnastics, they admittedly did struggle today in the Illinois quad meet. Mizzou, Illinois, Arizona all finishing well above the Redhawks, but SEMO is expected to be very strong in their conference championships. That's next week at Lindenwood. Some more high school scores from Saturday. Jackson dominating in 2 games. They beat Fort Zumwalt North 12-1, and they took care of business against Hannibal later in the day, 15-8. We've got some high school soccer tomorrow. Very excited for it. We'll share more coming up.